Oh, sucks.
Brown 45! Brown 45! Hot, 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 hot!
Seven hours of commercial-free football start now.
Whoops.
Hello. I'm playing an injured game. My Wi-Fi decided to say, "Hey, we're going to do maintenance in your area," right before the show. So cool. Hi, I'm here. I'm still hosting. Scully, where are you at? You can't show up. You suck. Go ahead, Nazario.
Well. Here we find ourselves. After all this fucking time and after all this fucking talk about how the Niners could not beat the fucking Eagles, it doesn't matter that we didn't have a quarterback. It would have made a difference. Apparently, it's a 42-19 difference. Where the fuck is Barr? Because I need that man on this channel right now so I can tell him what the fuck happened. You were gonna win. You were gonna be the number one seed. You were gonna do all these fucking things and then lose the Super Bowl. What happened?
Okay. Hey, when a team beats another, that's fair. Coho, I'm going to go to Coho because you escaped. Yes, last week you hid. I mean, you have a week to talk about it. One, we're all impressed with you. We'll give you credit. You dropped them to the spot that they rightfully deserved after that loss.
Yep.
You said they're going to sweep the Lions.
Yep.
We're coming back down to earth. Is that what's happening? We're coming back down to earth.
So maybe not sweep the Lions, but maybe we'll beat the Lions once. We'll beat the Lions once. Maybe not sweep, but we'll win one of them. Because if the Packers can do it, the Vikings sure as fuck can do it. So I feel good about beating them at least once. But no, yeah, probably not winning the division. Probably making a wild card. And yeah. Cool.
We will discuss a few of those topics in a little bit. Mark, one, you had a bad week of picks, which doesn't normally happen. I think you've only lost 10 picks this entire year.
What the hell is this? Backpedaling and shit?
Bar, if you could backpedal that fast, you could play DB in the NFL. Mark, so how are you overall football wise?
It's not a good week. I don't. What is this bullshit? I should have gone 0-3 if we're being honest. I mean, yeah, Chargers, sure, right, whatever. But we all lost. We had to suffer through whatever the fuck that was. Roger Goodell should have gone on television Monday and said, you know what? Both teams get a loss. This game, not up to the standards, and we're relegating both the Los Angeles Chargers and New England Patriots to, XFL or wherever the fuck. And the Browns, they made Kyron Williams look like Barry Sanders. What is this fucking bullshit? I thought they were this great defense. They can't stop the Rams. They can't stop a one-armed Matthew Stafford. The fuck is that? And then the Jaguars making Jake Browning look like fucking Moxon out there, the king of the backup quarterbacks. The fuck is this bullshit? I don't get it. I don't understand football anymore. I don't understand the NFL. You know what? And I'll sit here and say things and probably be wrong all day. So
I mean,
whoa. That's my title. That's my. Do not take my title. That's me.
What I'm saying is, there's like 5 teams that are in this level, and then everything else is just like a fucking mush of mediocrity.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been calling the Jaguars frauds for weeks now. They are 100% frauds. The fact that they play in a weak division and a weak schedule, they are the king of frauds. They just have no ability. And they had Trevor Lawrence on the one side of the ball, and the other had Jake Browning. You can't play defense. Get the hell out of the league. You make no sense. One great Monday night game. It was great, though.
So what do you think? Is it gonna be the Jags or the Texans?
I think that I think they're 1-1. I think the Texans will overall take that if they keep playing the way they are. I think Tank Dell is a massive drop for the Houston Texans. I think that's going to not pay out well. But now that Trevor Lawrence has a bum ankle and apparently no medical carts on the field whatsoever, because they made his jackass walk the entire way, which is some of the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I actually read the news today that he said that they had a card, but
you know what? Yeah, here's the difference. You put your star quarterback on the fucking card. I don't care if you refuse it or not. You're getting on the card, he took 2 steps on the field and went to the ground. Hey, do you want your leg to work next week or the week after? Get on the fucking card. It was asinine.
I thought Florida was.
We're not going to talk about that first. The first topic, 49ers, Eagles. I've said it before. This may be crazy talk. I would not want to win this first one. I've said that before. I think you play with the 49ers came in. One, say what you will, football is football. 49ers may be the dirtiest team in the NFL by a large margin.
Hell yeah.
They rode the back of a defender and like stomped on him when getting up, and then the refs nowhere to be found. It was a very weird start of the game. The start of the game, Brock Purdy looked lost as shit. And then something happened that we're just going to do bubble screens to Deebo Samuel, and we're just going to be able to get whatever we want whenever we want. It changed like on a dime. I think this was a weird time. I think the Eagles will be just fine. They'll be ready for the 49ers in the NFC Championship games. I think the 49ers will be in the NFC Championship game. Those 2 things are set. I don't think any team in the NFC has a shot in hell of defeating either one of those teams before that moment. Here's my thing. This is not an excuse for the Eagles. I'm not. I'm just painting the picture. 49ers had 10 days off before the game. I think that's crucial. No, just hear me out. They did have 10 days off. And I think the 49ers, the Eagles, that slate that they just went through leading into the 49ers was some of the hardest slate of the entire NFL. I think at the end of the day, they were all beaten, they were all worn, and it was a game of attrition, and you guys were pissed from the championship game. You wore all black into the link. You made it personal with fucking wild, like, roughing the passer call that wasn't called, where you just land on fucking Hurts with your entire body weight. It was like, hey, as a person that loves smash mouth football, I loved every bit of it. But if I was an Eagle fan, I would be like, leave our guys alone. They're dead. They should have just left Marcus Mariota in that game. They should have never put Jalen Hurts back in. I think that was a mistake. So, yeah, I don't think this matters, but I think, again, now you set up an NFC championship game where the 49ers are like, I already thumped that team. I'm ready to thump them again. And the Eagles are coming in with a massive chip on their shoulder that just got embarrassed at home. They're going to be ready. Either way, I think it's a better game than this one paid out. But I still don't know who wins the NFC championship game based on this result. Everybody else on this game, awful game. Thought it was going to be the game of the week. It was the worst game, one of the worst games on the schedule besides Chargers.
I was going to say, you got to make sure.
Yeah. I didn't
Better
watch
push
that
it
game
up
to
on
be.
that one.
I didn't watch that. You also
That's
punched the
football,
security
Bar.
guard. Crazy.
Jesus.
No, that's not. That's aggressive. That's a penalty. You punched the security guard too. Like we're getting
He
crazy.
punched first. He put his hands on Greenlow.
Yeah, he
first.
shouldn't have been. I'm on this side. He should not have been that close to the field. Like, what are we doing?
No. What's happening there?
You're
And he
not.
didn't-
You're a member
he
of
didn't
security for the fans,
technically-
not for the players. You
He
idiot.
didn't technically punch him. He just went like this up to his face.
Oh, it hit his
Kinda
mouth.
crazy.
It hit his mouth.
Oh yeah, he made a connection on the replay. That man's chubby cheek was rippling.
He's a fat guy. There was a ripple effect that went across
Yeah,
his
he-
face. We know that. Yeah,
He hit him.
and he's like,
Okay.
"What the fuck are you doing?" So yeah,
Okay, listen. Deebo Samuel talked so much shit after the NFC Championship that the team just had to back it up.
Yeah.
Like, if we didn't fucking destroy the Eagles, stomp their dead corpse into the fucking ground and spit on the grave, Deebo would have looked like an asshole. And we cannot let that happen. So this was like a foregone conclusion. Everybody who thought that this was going to go any other way than what it did is a moron. So, about what you said about the NFC Championship game, I agree. Because we went a little bit too far, and now we pissed them the fuck off. So it's gonna be a rough one. And I would put money that somebody gets fucking injured in that game. Like, whoever goes to the Super Bowl is not gonna go with a full team. Like, somebody important is gonna get fucked in that match because nobody in those teams liked each other at all, which makes it the most important that the fucking Cowboys beat them on Sunday so we can have that game in San Francisco, because I don't want to go back to fucking Philadelphia. That place is nuts. Did you see that
I'll
clip
kill you.
of the fucking 49er fans getting like pelted with the snowballs?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
the
trust me,
Eagles,
as an expert of going into Philadelphia and having fans absolutely fucking accosted, I get it. I know.
I mean, they threw batteries at the Vikings fans.
Yeah, they were making signs being like, "Die, Granny, die" to our 94-year-old fan. Like, these guys are psychos.
rough.
There's a literal song. It's like, "We're from Philly. We're from Philly. No one likes us. We don't care." Like, they don't fucking care. Like, they just are. They're the most ruthless fan base ever. And they don't like to hear that they booed Santa Claus in the 70s. But guess what? You blew Santa Claus. You guys. The fact is, at halftime, they booed the Eagles. You were 10-1. You selfish assholes. Like, this team is giving you everything you want, and you're going to boo them going into halftime? Suck a dick. Like, you don't deserve. There are fan bases that literally live in hell every year that just get nothing good ever given. Shut up. You've made playoffs. I'm saying that live in absolute hell. Like, can you imagine being like a fucking Carolina Panther fan? Like, that is just brutal hell that you're living in constantly, and you have the Eagles. Shut up. Scott Harvey. Shout out Scott Harvey, Carolina Panther fan. Not many.
Right.
At least Carolina has gone to a couple of Super Bowls, hasn't
I thought Carolina fans
Yeah, they
traded in
lost.
their Cam Newton
Brutal.
jerseys for Seattle Seahawks.
Do you remember
jerseys.
Von Miller literally had ripped his helmet out of Cam Newton's ass live on national TV? Like, he beat the fuck out of him.
He single-handedly changed his leg.
He literally won the MVP. The defensive player beat the fuck out of him so bad, he won the MVP when Peyton Manning was the
Manning's
quarterback.
last game. It was Peyton Manning's last game.
Yeah, they could have just given it to Peyton, but Peyton's stats were so bad, they're like, we gotta give it to the one guy that did anything. Von! Mark, I'm interested in your take on this game and what that means moving forward.
I don't know. Like, it is hard to say. I do kind of agree with you, at least a little bit. Maybe you don't really want to win this game, because ultimately this game doesn't really mean anything. It's just kind of regular season game. You put you in a better position. Although, I mean, I'm looking at 42-19. It's like it's a pretty handled win, and at least just looking at it, it is. and it's honestly the game we're probably gonna see in like the next 2 months. Like the Niners, unless the Eagles just lose a bunch of games, the Niners are probably gonna have to go into Philadelphia, win that again, and they know they can go into their own house and beat their ass. They already did it once. They did it easily. Like, and they honestly made Brock Purdy look like a fucking MVP candidate. Like he should absolutely be in that MVP conversation. I don't know.
He's leading right now.
Yeah. I mean, the 3 losses, they didn't help, but now he's squarely back into that, and he has to beat out Dak Prescott at this point. I like Brock Purdy's chances of being honest.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
As somebody that traded for Brock Purdy, I'm hoping that he is MVP. Anyways,
Dak Prescott, goddamn.
Here's an interesting.
Dak Prescott also looks good.
Well, here we go. The next topic. Does everybody want to talk? Cole, did you talk about this at all?
No, but like I think at the end of the day, the Niners have a better team. They played better, but I also just think the Niners can't win when it matters, ever. They'll get to that as an expert on it. The Niners will get to the championship game and lose when they play the Eagles again, because the Eagles it doesn't matter the stats on paper. The Niners are just a better team all around, and they proved it when they played head to head. Brock Purdy looked better than Hurts. Purdy doesn't even need to be amazing. He just needs to not throw the ball to the wrong team. And that team is built on Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa, and that's the team. But like the Eagles have this weird chip on their shoulder spirit of we're the underdogs that always have to prove that we're going to win. And now having their asses handed them on national television by the 49ers just puts it that just like I think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl and they're going to beat the Niners on the way there because the Niners just made it. Like Cody said, they won the wrong game. So
the Eagles are a team that had Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold kneel on their ass to end those games. That happened.
Yeah.
So I just want you to remember this moment.
I will.
And put your fucking money where your mouth is.
I want you to remember. I want you to also remember that Sam Darnold is your backup quarterback when Purdy gets hurt in the championship game again. Remember what you just said when you said Sam Darnold kneeled on your ass.
Are you really believing in just history repeating
Yes, because
itself?
it's going to happen again. The Niners do this all the time. It's a pattern.
They went to the Super Bowl against KC. Like they don't do
lost
this
the
all
last
the time.
championship game they were in, and they lost the one before that. And then they got to the Super Bowl, but then they lost the one before that. So when you break it down the Niners' history, it's a back and forth of like, do we win? Do we lose? Do we win? Do we lose? And they always lose a big player in them. So
Okay,
anyway.
fair. So we have been wrong on the show once. The Broncos was that team we all were pretty wrong on. Sean Payton, we put this knife in them and said they sucked. We kind of said that about the Vikings, but Kirk Cousins went injured. That team's not going to be what the team was.
Could have been great.
How fair is it that a franchise has went from Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and maybe, just maybe, Jordan Love is that guy? Because say what you will about them, that team is rolling right now. And not saying he is, I will not crown him because I will not do that this early.
It's been like 4 games, so yeah.
But if Jordan Love is the guy, how unfair is that for the NFC North that they do it again? Because they haven't beat scrubs. They beat a tough-ass defense in Lambeau against the Chiefs. In front of Taylor Swift, which has been the Eagles, the Chiefs, saving grace. So, Coho.
Listen, I just want to say, first and foremost, the Green Bay Packers, if Jordan Love does turn out to be the guy, can you share with the rest of us one goddamn time and stop taking these quarterbacks that end up just creating 3 generations of dynasty? Fuck you, Green Bay. I hate you. But
he's doing Roger-esque things.
He is, and I'll give Love this. He played phenomenal against the Chiefs, and he's played good the 3 weeks before that. He's playing good football. What I'm,
He's also on
I,
the fantasy team.
he is. So yeah. But I just, when it comes to Jordan Love, I don't know if he is gonna be Rodgers Favre-esque greatness. I don't even know if he'll end up being multiple seasons good. But the way he is playing right now is a hot streak. He's showing flashes. You got to give him another full season in Green Bay. You got to give him all next season to cook now that he's got a full season acclimated to the system. And I think next year we will know if Jordan Love is the guy or not 100%. But I think that I don't think he's a bust. I think he's, at worst, an okay bridge to the next Favre Rodgers.
Okay. I just think he's doing Roger-esque things where those throws look like they should be picked off, but they're not. He's fitting tight windows. He's throwing where he needs to throw. He's kind of being a really good game manager of his time and like what they're able to do. Again, I'm not saying it, but if you would have told me week 3, hey, Jordan Love, I'd be like, Jordan Love is not the guy. Get rid of him. These past few weeks, Jordan Love is finding it what he needs to find it. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think Jordan Love could be the quarterback for them in the future? Or do you think this is just a good slate that they're on?
I don't know. Why are we talking about this when the guy has played 10 games? How many games have we played already? 12?
Well, okay, if we want to go back to it, Brock Purdy. Like we were talking about Brock Purdy at the beginning of the season. He didn't play that many games.
I have never said that Purdy was already the guy following the huge quarterbacks.
Is Brock Purdy your quarterback going for? Like, do you trust him for the next 8 years of your quarterbackship after what you've seen?
Yes.
Same logic. Jordan Love, you don't invest enough time with. He's been there for 4 years.
Because he also went to the playoffs and won meaningful games, got injured, came back, and fucking is sweeping the season. We are playing great with him, so yes, I trust him.
Is Brock Purdy quarterback of a better football team than Jordan Love?
Yes.
You have way better weapons. He's able to do it with weapons that Rodgers had last year and is not finding the same success. He's having more success currently with this team than Rodgers did.
But if Purdy had lost the first 4 games that he played last season and we made like a low seed to the playoffs or not at all, and then we start this season and he starts winning, I would be telling you the same thing. It's like 5-0, yeah, but the fucker lost 4 games last season, so I don't know. So if this is the first season that Jordan Love is having as a starter for real the first time, and he looked like shit for the first half of it, and he's starting to look good now, hey, he's getting practice in, yes. Rodgers also looked like shit at the beginning. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was pretty fucking sucky in that first season he was a starter. The thing is that it's too fucking early. Like, he doesn't even have a fucking full season yet, and for the ones he has played shitty in half of the games. So if he can go on a run, they can win all the remaining games and look like fucking glorious thing, and then he can turn into RG3. You just don't know yet. They have 4 years of him in the bench.
Oh, but if we had Brock Purdy in that NFC Championship game, we're going to the Super Bowl.
He won 3 playoff games. Wait, 2 or 3?
2.
2. He won 2 playoff games. And
he did not win shit. He was the behind center, but don't tell me he was driving the ball then.
Dude, the man makes good passes, and he doesn't make fucking mistakes often. That is all we need. That's all we need.
I just want on the record, if Jordan Love is the quarterback of the 49ers right now, he's like, it's our guy. He's the man. And then all of a sudden, it's on the Packers.
If he had lost 4 fucking matches at the beginning, no. I wouldn't be saying that.
You lost 3 in the middle. You lost Deebo Samuel, and you guys lost what it was to play football because you couldn't perform a bubble screen.
Yes. We should have
Yeah,
won
that's true.
2 of those games.
So it's not Purdy of the 49ers. It's Debo Samuel. If you don't have Debo, you ain't going nowhere because he doesn't know how to play quarterback without Debo. Is that what we're saying?
I would say that.
I think he needs all the pieces to make it work, but he is actually pretty solid by himself.
Can you
And
imagine
when
being
he's
a
back-
quarterback that needs Ayuk, Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, all to be able to be there to be a quarterback? That's crazy, dog.
At this point in his career, yes. We'll see.
I
later.
would just say I agree that it is too early to call Love the guy, but I do think that Love is showing enough for me that if I'm the GM of the Packers, I'm giving him another full season because he is.
So here's an honest question.
Yes.
Here's an honest question. It's not too early at all. It's not too early at all because
to commit.
hold on. He's been in the system for 3 years with them. How much time in a system? Hold on. How much time in a system with a quarterback do you give until you need to go looking elsewhere? You can't continue. So Justin Fields has had 3 years, technically, two and a half at this point. Everybody's like, get him the fuck out after 2 games. You can't stick with a quarterback for more than 2 seasons of playing before you have to go shopping for someone else. Or that's your guy. So when I say your guy, I'm not saying Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, but I'm saying, are you turning over the keys to the franchise with Green Bay, or this offseason, if Kirk Cousins is available, do they call? That's a realistic conversation.
If that's the question, then I will turn him the keys.
That's
now
what I
so
was
he can
saying.
Get another. Okay, then I agree. I say let him start next season. Give him another full season in the system. Let him do his thing now that
he's coming up on a contract extension that you're going to have to pay the man.
Right.
Regardless if he's in your system or not, you're going to have to pay him a premium to be your quarterback.
Well,
Are you paying him?
Is this the final season of his contract?
Probably.
He was a second-round draft pick, so he doesn't get first rate. He doesn't get a fifth-year option.
So he's
a first round.
So
He's
yeah,
a first
he
round
is
draft
up for
pick.
extension.
He is a late first round draft pick.
He was a late first?
Late first.
Oh, then he has a 5th-year option? Oh, activate the shit out of the 5th-year option, let him play on the 5th year, and if he's good, then sign him. That's the easiest thing in the world there. Like, if he plays another full season,
I would try to work it.
Yes. His contract.
But here's my thing: if you think he's the guy, you try to do the extension now. You don't do the extension later.
Nah, do
Right,
that later.
but
It's too
here's
early.
the thing is,
They wasted
Hold
3 fucking years.
Hold on. If he performs how he performs today, or he performs even better next year, you're paying at a premium.
Yes, but you
Yeah,
cannot
they
lock
wanna
that
roll.
man down right now because you decided to sit his ass behind Rodgers for 3 years, so you don't know what you have. Right now, it looks good. 2 months ago, it looked like shit. So are you gonna give the man $30
I mean, he
fucking
did
million
look like
dollars?
shit, honestly.
Are
He
you
didn't look
gonna
like
give
shit.
him $30 million
No.
based on a
What are you talking
His
about?
stats are out there. I don't know what you're talking about. His stats are not terrible.
dude?
Here's my counter.
Aaron Rodgers had this lineup last year. You can't tell me that this is on Love. What are we talking about?
No, what I'm saying is Love didn't have Christian Watson until 3 weeks ago, and now he's playing great. Watson has not been playing good or at all for the whole season until 3 weeks ago. So if you're gonna say Purdy needs to have Debo to win, and now you have Christian Watson,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, what do you expect? What did you want Love to do in this offense that Aaron Rodgers couldn't do in this offense? You can't tell me that Love is even below average. He may pull them to a better record than what Rodgers had, and Rodgers had Watson all last year. So what are we talking about?
True.
I mean, Watson couldn't catch half of last year, so I mean, like, what are we?
So he grained hands in the offseason? Is that what we're saying?
Dude, this is my
In
point.
the second half of last season,
They chose to keep Love in the fucking bench too long. If Rodgers didn't give a shit last year. Rodgers didn't give a shit last year. He was out the door.
They did that to Rodgers before Favre. They did the exact same strategy.
Yes,
and if it pays off, they are the smartest organization in the world.
How is it going to pay off if they still have to make the commitment now? This is my point. They wasted 3 years of the man's 5-year contract sitting his ass. So now they're playing him, and he's not a sure shot. He's been okay, and he's good now, but you cannot commit. He's a mid-tier quarterback at this point. What is a mid-tier quarterback making? $30 fucking million a year because the top
40.
tier are over the 50.
40.
No, No.
Yes.
Wait.
Daniel Jones makes 40 a year. What
If
are you
it-
talking about?
I
If
love
it's,
Spencer
if it's
Samuel
40,
Johnson.
you don't want to
How
pay
much
him
did they
$40
give
million a
Garoppolo?
year.
Didn't they give
No.
Garoppolo?
Yes, you do. If that's what the price of a quarterback's going to be running, you have to.
Let me see how much.
Unless I
Garoppolo
can
makes.
draft a better one in this coming draft. That
Where
might
the
be better.
fuck are you? Not when you have a positive record, you're not drafting a quarterback?
Yes, you can. There are like 12 great quarterbacks coming out of this draft.
If you say the word great one more time, I'm going to make your head purple by ripping it off your shoulders. Caleb Williams is going to be a fucking bust. I'm calling it today.
Okay.
There's not great quarterbacks.
This is what Garoppolo.
You
which
don't
is a fucking
even know. You haven't
mediocre
even
quarterback
watched him
making.
play.
He's making $33 million. That's Garoppolo.
You watched one
He's gonna get
season.
that. He's gonna get that. Jordan Love is gonna get an offer for 30, 35 million. He's not gonna go higher than that. But this is my
You're
point.
fucking high.
Are you still gonna make
Daniel Jones got
35?
40.
Yeah, but the
Derek
Giants are
Carr got
morons.
40.
The Giants are morons. That doesn't justify
Derek Carr
that.
got 40. Garoppolo, what did Garoppolo get?
33.
You're telling I would take Jordan Love over Garoppolo any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
35. He's gonna get 35.
He plays
million.
Garoppolo plays in a dome and can't complete a pass. Love's playing in Lambeau and complete a pass. Are you
Okay.
fucking
This is-
you three are the dumbest human beings possible.
Listen to what
Daniel
I'm saying.
Jones got 40 and you're saying, oh,
Steal.
Love
It's
30
steal.
million
I
for
wouldn't-
35.
I wouldn't
He
have
had
paid
the
Daniel
coach.
Jones either.
He had Aaron Rodgers, the coach, Aaron Rodgers, for 3 fucking years. He shared a quarterback room with 3 seasons. Who else would you want to share a
Did
room
Aaron
with?
Rodgers talk to him though? Because Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like
This
he's
is still
fit for him.
Rodgers talking to the MILF fucker, Zach Wilson. So of course he's talking to
But that's
Jordan
in New
Love.
York where he cares. Nazario, and I saw it all last year. He wanted to blow Lambeau up with dynamite. He didn't give a shit.
Excuse me. It just makes okay. If you have to pay him 40 now and you have to pay him 40 next year, then what difference does it make if you wait a year? Because he's
No.
not getting 50. He's
You
not
could
getting
pay him
50.
50. You could have
He's
to pay him
not getting.
50.
Are you insane? You're saying
Nazario.
that after
Nazario.
one mediocre year
Nazario.
and then one more year, he's gonna
Hold
get
on.
fucking Burrow, Hurts money, pay Mahomes money. No,
Nazario. Is the same price you paid for milk the same as it was last year? No. Fucking money goes up. And guess what? When another guy gets paid that doesn't deserve it as much, he's going to be asking for more. It is what's going to happen. So
I would
if
not
he
make
is playing good enough for your standards this year, you extend him this year. Instead of waiting a year where he performs better or where the market dictates it higher, and you could sign him for maybe $40 million instead of having to pay him 50 or 60, because the quarterback market, where we need to realize the top quarterbacks in the NFL, there are 10, maybe 10. The rest are absolute dog shit awful.
that man is not worth $40 million today. And if you make that commitment, you're a moron because he can turn into RG3 by December. So
Why? What makes him RG3?
because RG3 had one fucking spectacular season and then he turned into dog shit. You do not know
Hey,
what's
hold
gonna
on.
happen.
Does anybody? Can we do a fact check of the room? What happened to RG3 that made him dog shit? Anybody want to know? Anybody want to take a guess?
He blew out his knee.
His leg became a question mark on the field.
Yeah.
That's what happened to RG3. It's not because it's not that he woke up one day and was like, "What is this ball? What do I do? Do I throw it?" No, his leg bended around a defender. His heel hit the dude in the ass. It bent in half. He couldn't walk. RG3 didn't just forget how to play football. You imbecile.
I
If
thought that
Alex
was a
Smith
stupid
came back,
example
he
from
could have
Chuck
come
as
back
well.
better.
I thought that was a stupid example from
Oh,
Chuck
Colin
as well.
Kaepernick should still be the quarterback of the 49ers then.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, you should have Colin Kaepernick be your quarterback.
Yeah, dick.
Facts.
That
I don't know.
guy.
He could probably- I think Colin Kaepernick could throw the ball further than Brock Purdy if we're going pound for pound at this point. If all we need to do is throw bubble screens, Colin Kaepernick will do it for cheaper than Brock Purdy. At this point.
Okay, so question marks throughout the NFL.
Oh, boy.
We throw away the fraud title a lot. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are like one of the king frauds out there, especially if you're an idiot.
I still believe in that team, baby. I'm riding.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you do because you're a big college football fan. I know that for a fact.
Clearly, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where Jake Browning played college ball?
I'm gonna take a guess. Clemson? Maybe? Is he a Clemson guy?
No, he went to Washington. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this man decided to. So is your defense? Is that defense going to allow to stop anybody at any point? Because there's a real problem when Jake Browning is able to carve up that defense. So when they play hard defenses like offenses like Miami, like Baltimore, like any other Houston again, what happens? I would say right now there is only 4 teams, 2 NFCs, 2 kind of AFCs that are going to have a chance at the Super Bowl at this point. I just strongly believe that.
Sure.
I think, regardless, I know how the Chiefs look right now. I still think the Chiefs will figure that out. I do not doubt that team. Chiefs and Baltimore. 49ers, Eagles.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just playing for 4th, 5th, 6th place at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Can't believe you didn't believe in the Dolphins, though.
Because the Dolphins haven't been able to beat anybody.
I just think with Jacksonville, it's they have such a good. I don't think they're going to. I want them to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to still root for them to go to the Super Bowl. And I think they have a very small sliver of a window to find a way there. But if Trevor Lawrence is going to be out for 2 weeks with this high ankle sprain, that's not good. I think you're right. The secondary for Jacksonville is not great and needs a lot of work, and that's something they can address in the offseason. I view this as a building blocks season for Jacksonville, but a really good building block season because I think the team is really good.
They've been building since 2016.
No, not 2016, more like 2018. But still, they had Urban Meyer for a year. The reset started when Doug Peterson entered the building. But I think that when it comes to Jacksonville, there's a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great stuff there. Doug Peterson's been coaching really well. Trevor Lawrence has been playing good. I think ETN is one of the best. I think the issue is that they need a secondary to get better, and that's going to be what causes Jacksonville to have to win by shootouts, and it's going to be a tough playoff for them. But I still think there's a small window to get there, but not likely.
Trevor Lawrence is kind of having a bad season.
He's playing good.
Yeah.
He's playing better than Justin Herbert.
Oh.
He is.
Congrats. That does. Listen, but in this league, you don't need to be worried about Justin Herbert. You need to be playing better than Josh Allen's and Mahomes.
He's playing better than Josh Allen is right now.
No, he's not.
One of them's 8-3, and one of them's not making the playoffs. So I would say Trevor Lawrence is doing better.
He's not playing better.
Trevor Lawrence.
If you're drafting a team right now and you have first pick at a quarterback, you would not. Trevor Lawrence probably wouldn't even be top 6.
He'd make my top 6.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
Mahomes.
Hurts.
Allen.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah, I'd take Lamar.
CJ Stroud.
I'd take Stroud.
Purdy.
No, I would take Lawrence over Purdy. Lawrence has more.
Josh Dobbs.
I definitely take Lawrence over Josh Dobbs. I love Josh Dobbs, but I take Lawrence over Josh Dobbs. I love Dobbs. Don't do that to me. 100% Lawrence over Dak Prescott. Any day of the goddamn week and twice on Sundays.
Tua, Herbert,
Aaron Rodgers.
At this point in their career, no. If Aaron Rodgers is young and I get another 20 years, duh, Rodgers.
You say Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow?
Oh. Okay, maybe he's not my top 6. Burrow would be my 6. He makes my top 7, then. Lawrence would be my top 7.
Yeah. Is there a team that outside of those 4 that I've mentioned have a shot to actually make the play, make the Super Bowl?
No.
The Bills, man.
What world?
Who do the Bills play this week?
Just really want that pick to happen, don't you? You just want
The
to. You want that
Chiefs.
future to stay alive.
Beat the
Bills
Oh, they
Chiefs,
play the
Yeah.
Chiefs?
Yeah.
and they're gonna beat their ass too.
It's a must
Here's the
win.
thing.
It's a must
Here's
win.
the thing. It's a must-win on both sides of the ball because if the Chiefs
No.
slide another, yes, it is. Yes, it is. If the Chiefs slide another one, that's a problem. Now you have a free
Nope.
fall happening.
Nope.
I don't know if they slide
49ers
another one.
49ers
They play
lost
the-
3 in a row. No, not done. 8 and 5,
They
they'll
play-
be fine.
I'm not saying
Okay,
one. I'm
hold
just saying you
on,
have a
hold-
problem.
Wait, hold on. The Denver plays the Chargers this week. Does everybody think Denver wins that game?
I think Denver wins that game.
They probably win that game. Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're a game behind. The division is now up for grabs, which is
No, it's not.
No.
yes, it is. It's
No, it's not.
100% up for grabs.
Nope, it's not.
Whatever.
I agree. I agree. By numbers perspective, it is. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. And when backs against the wall, who do you put your money in? I still think the Chiefs win.
Their backs is started beginning against the wall for like the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Even
They're
okay,
still
so
in
even
the same
so
position.
so even if
Something
the Chiefs
is different about this season right now. We're in fucking December, and we're still talking about what's wrong with Chiefs. At some
Nothing's
point,
wrong with them.
They're running out of fucking time.
I'll tell you two
Even
things
if
that are
the-
going to happen, Mark. The first thing that's going to happen is that the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs. And the second thing that's going to happen is that the Chiefs are going to win the division. There's no doubt in my mind that both things will happen.
well,
and
who's
then-
the Broncos' remaining schedule?
The Broncos' remaining schedule right now is they play the Chargers this week, then they play the Lions, then they play the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Raiders. So there's a real
Okay.
shot for the Broncos to lose only one more game. However,
They can
if
win
the Chiefs also lose this week to the Bills,
Oh.
they play the Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, and Chargers. So they'll win out the last 4. So it
Yeah.
probably will be Chiefs
Doesn't matter.
by an inch, but an inch is still a win. So
It won't matter. That won't
yeah,
matter.
Chiefs will still win.
Um,
Chiefs will still
but
win.
no, but I agree with you. That's why I think it's the Ravens' year. I think the Ravens will upset the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I don't believe that. I believe the Chiefs made a drastic mistake this year. They did not get a receiver, and it is biting them in the ass. And I mean, like, it was such a weird game. Like Pacheco punching that guy at the end, and like,
Yeah.
just what a dumb play from that team. Like, what are we doing? Like, and there was no sense of urgency, and then the horrible pass interference call. If we want to talk about one of the most egregious pass interferences calls that they just no. He rode his back into the end zone, basically.
I mean,
Now I agree it's a makeup call because Patrick Mahomes was going out of bounds and got decked, and he was still in the green, and they called it a foul. So it's a makeup, but still.
I mean, we can talk about this play. I mean, it's a horrible call by the refs for sure. But I mean, if we're being honest, like if MVS was wide open, is he catching that ball?
No.
Come on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like he saved MVS another huge embarrassing failure on Sunday night. Like, come on.
But like that's the weird thing. Like they call it so easily pass interference. That's why I said it earlier this year in the show. Pass interference needs to be a challengeable play. You should be able to challenge pass interference. Good and bad. You get one of them, it comes back and you lose, you get no more.
You know why they didn't call the pass interference on the Packers, right?
I said it.
It was a makeup call because they called the other shit.
Where were you?
I'm glad
Are
that
you
you're on the
literally
show. I'm glad you're on the show because I literally just said that.
I was
He's
paying
living
attention to
internet
something else.
I
explorer.
believe me, I know because I said it was a makeup call, and that's why it is. I understand. This is like one of my last topics, but I understand that the Chargers don't fire people mid-season. But
Might as well.
how he was allowed to get on the plane is just asinine. And how Quentin Johnson has a job in the NFL. They should have left him at the terminal. He's now had 2 moments of just. He's also playing shit.
He's bad.
Got like 191 yards. He came from TCU, which gives you all the messages you need. Like, holy shit.
True.
And listen, you want a little money advice, a little Charger, like a little. If there's ever a team favored by more than 7 points against the Chargers, take it every day and twice on Sunday. They can't win beyond a single-digit score. They literally won 6-0. I took the Patriots -7 or +7. It was the easiest cash of my entire life, and I wasn't sweating it at all. It is absolutely insane how that man still has an NFL job.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zach Wilson being a pussy this week and said, "I don't want to go back into the. I'm reluctant to play."
I'm with him. Fuck him.
At some point,
They
you have to,
they thought Tim Boyle was an upgrade from him. He's like, no, fuck you guys. You can
Look,
ride out the season, but Tim fucking Boyle.
This
since you
is
like him
what
so much.
reality is. Like, Robert Saleh does not like Zach Wilson at all. He hated the fact that
He
had
didn't
to
draft
play.
him either. He wasn't a part of the draft.
He hated the fact that he had to play another fucking year with him after he thought he would be having Aaron Rodgers. So he could have been fucking me on a Jets helmet, and he would have put me in just not to put in Zach Wilson. So yeah, I'm with Wilson on this one. Fuck him. It's the same position with Baker Mayfield. When they signed the rapist, and they were like, yeah, but we're not releasing you yet. You may play. He's like, no, I'm fucking not. Yeah, but you're like our backup. No, I'm never throwing another fucking ball in the Browns uniform again. This guy showed up.
Hey, he's here. Hi.
I have been listening to some bullshit on my way home. First of all, we'll get to you, motherfucker. I'm with Cody. You pay Jordan Love right now. That man has shown that he has enough bursts that you pay him right now.
Thank you.
He'll be the next Geno Smith, as will probably be.
Yes, pay him to be Geno Smith.
We just listed a bunch of quarterbacks. We couldn't get to 10 before we decided that there was enough. There's not enough good quarterbacks. If he's above mid-tier, you pay him.
Also, as an Eagles fan, I cannot believe I'm about to do this. Dak Prescott is an MVP candidate this year.
Gross.
Absolutely. Absolutely is. Absolutely.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look at it. If you're doing stat padding enough, he's got every intangible. I don't think he'll
He's got
win
the
it.
most touchdowns in the league right now and only 6 interceptions.
It's
He's
probably
like
my favorite.
second for yardage. It's like, what else is
I
he
actually
have to do?
think the Eagles drop again this week.
I actually do too. I think we lose.
They almost
fucking
lost the first
Irish.
time.
They purposely
playing?
tried to break some of our players' body parts. They were
you'll lose this
trying.
week.
They
You're
were
gonna lose.
actively trying to injure Jalen Hurts. So
No, he sent Yotes from Remember the Titans, but it was literally, I don't want them to cross the line of scrimmage. You fight all night. If one of them crosses, I'm going to take every last one of you out. And then the montage of just boom, boom, just tagging. That just looked like the Eagles players. Like, they're throwing, they get collided. One gets suplexed. He's just like, they remember the night they played the Eagles, the night they played the 49ers. But listen, the last time the 49ers came out and, wore "fuck Dallas" underneath the shirt, they dropped 3 in a row last time. They may have put all their energy into this game. They could lose this upcoming week. It could happen.
It could happen. I will say though, you guys won. You guys won handedly. I'm not going to take that away from you as much as I'm going to jokingly say Jalen Hurts got hurt. But you guys won, and you won. So
Yeah.
See you
Okay.
at the NFC Championship.
see you there.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I was
What
gonna
special
make one last
NFL
question.
god? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going it's backtracking way back to the Ravens. So if we want to wait, we can. But I have one more question. Do we think the Ravens can end up being the number 1 seed? because I think there's a real
Absolutely.
shot they can.
Mhm.
And I think it's going to be week 17 when they play the Dolphins. That's going to get determined between the Dolphins and the
Yeah.
Ravens who gets the 1 seed. I think that's going to be a great game too. So,
I think
Ravens are gonna-
I'm
Ravens
only
are gonna
worried.
destroy them. Like Tua's
I'm
gonna score, like,
only
50
worried about. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't know. I haven't looked at their schedule, but when they have a divisional game coming up against one of the teams, either maybe the Steelers or the Bengals or something, that
Yeah,
always seems. I think that always seems to go haywire. But
That's fair.
overall,
their
think-
schedule going.
I
in,
think they
play the
curb
Rams.
stomp Miami.
Probably. They play the Rams, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, and Pittsburgh.
Whoa,
That's
say
their
it
final
again.
stretch. The Ravens' final schedule is they play the Rams, the Jaguars, Monday night Christmas game with the 49ers, New Year's Eve noon game with the Dolphins, and then they close out the year with Pittsburgh.
Where's it playing at? It's playing in the bank, right?
It's Ravens are home.
Okay. So Christmas, you said Christmas is the 49ers?
Christmas,
Okay.
primetime Niners.
If I had to make my bet right now on the Super Bowl, it's the 49ers versus I think that's a Super Bowl. I think that's a Super Bowl matchup. I think it will be the 49ers taking on the Ravens. I think it's a
Fuck you,
rematch of the
Bar.
Super Bowl. Now, again, I said it. I don't think the Eagles should have. I think I wouldn't have wanted to win that game. I said that before. I don't think I would have wanted to win the first one. But right now, if they can't scheme up a game plan to stop bubble screens and stop slants,
Chicago
listen,
could
the
do it, you
the 49ers played 13-year-old Madden. Like a 13-year-old was playing Madden against your asses. They just did quick slants and bubble screens, and you guys look like you had your head like chopped off. Like you're like running the opposite. You see ever those clips in Madden where the person's just weaving and making all the people tackle misses? That was the game. I was like, these guys are on ice skates out there.
Yeah, it was a bad game for us. It was a bad game for us. I'm not gonna lie.
You almost had your big Don come out there and try to beat someone's ass just to save you some face.
Well, yeah. Well, his face got beat first. So let's be honest.
That's fair.
Watch the replay.
No,
You see the
he put it-
ripple? God damn it!
He put his hand in his face and then
first.
He did not
He grabbed
grab him.
Ringo
He
first.
pushed him away from.
Okay. So here's a real quick question. This is the last one before we get to the picks and everything. What special kind of hell did Roger Goodell give us that the Thursday night game is Zappy versus Trubisky?
Are we sure it's Zappy and not Malik Cunningham?
You know what?
Belichick himself is suiting up here this week. They're gonna
That's
have
what I'm
all
saying.
those.
Belichick could put his he puts. I see him like before the game. He puts the helmet on and goes, "It's on to Pittsburgh," and we're just going out there like at the game, and he's going to die on the field that night. I've watched every NFL game that I possibly can this year. I refuse. I refuse. I will not be turning this game on. I will be watching The Sopranos instead. I refuse.
You mean the
I'm
Eagle
not-
sideline?
Yeah.
If Roger Goodell,
Watch the replay of the head.
The score total is 30 points total. It is the lowest total of the NFL season this year, and it is 30. If you don't take the under, you're wasting your money.
if Roger
I may
Goodell,
move that line down to 16.
if Roger Goodell cares about football fans at all, that game is actually being played right now. None of us know it, and they'll just tell us who wins tomorrow morning. It's like, listen, we saved you guys all the time. They already played it. Empty stadium. Over. We didn't even
It was
televise
3-0.
Here's the final score. It'll be like that one. It'll be like that Golden Globes when the writer strike was still going on, and they just told everybody the winners. Like, all right, see ya. Like that's it.
Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, and also, how bad do you have to feel if you're Tyrod Taylor and you get told that, hey, Tommy DeVito's our guy?
Bibbidi DeVito.
That's going to be fucking rough. Okay.
That's gonna suck.
So we're getting into the picks. So how this one is going to work. everyone is going to pick their games. So there's 15 games. So each one of us will pick our normal 3. That will give us 12. And then we are going to group pick. We're going to have a pick on every one of the games this week. But we're all going to make a call on the game. So whatever's left from whatever we picked from, we have to still make a decision on these games this week.
I have a question. Who's Scully this week?
Coho.
Yeah.
Coho and Bar.
Oh, they got
Let's
together.
go, Bar. We got this.
Go.
Let's go, baby.
It's called Scully and Friends for a reason. There they are.
Oh wait,
Updated
We're
standings of
We're
the
we're the
picks.
friends minus Scully now.
wait, hold on. Are we skipping a part of the show?
So-
We
Oh
missing
yeah,
the-
fuck.
Oh my gosh, we are. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
we were about to skip everybody's
Reaction
favorite
time.
part.
That's what I'm talking about. All right.
This is the most
Let's just
chaotic
say.
episode of this show.
Let's just say up front before.
No, no, don't talk.
No,
Okay. Master.
We remember we all get questions. We all get questions.
This is my
3.
best power rankings yet.
2,
Jesus Christ.
1, go.
Okay.
I mean, I can't argue with the Vikings placement because they probably look the best this week. Then
Dude, I do have a question about the Vikings placement.
First
Go
question.
ahead.
He dropped them to 30 last week.
Yep.
They were bye, and now they're 10.
they look great.
Like
How
Mark
the fuck?
Vitaka said. Like Mark
How the
said.
fuck that happened?
This
Mark,
is the
you
best.
gave him an out.
This is the best they have looked in weeks. Genuinely, I punished the Vikings by being at 30 because of the absolute abysmal loss to the Bears. This is where they correctly should be, is 10, so I fixed it for the bye week.
This is actually a power rankings that I have like small changes I would make, but it's your most cohesive one so far.
Chiefs at 5, Jaguars at 6.
Yeah,
I could
that's
do-
the
I could
one
do
big
that.
one. Jaguars,
They beat them.
I dropped
They
them
beat
out of the
them
10.
in Jacksonville.
Listen, you're right. You're correct. In all reality, I just did not want to put the Chiefs in the top 5 for beating for losing the Packers. I felt they needed to drop one extra spot as a fuck you.
Do you
for
arguably
doing
think
this.
the Bills are worse than the Steelers and Bengals?
I think right now, yes. I think they are playing worse football than those two are right now.
But they were on a bye. They should be like 4, according to your logic.
Plus, since they've gotten
no,
rid
no,
of
no,
Ken
no,
Dorsey,
no.
they've been playing better.
They
Have
almost beat the Eagles.
It's like a minor thing, but
That one was a never in
Patriots
doubt
are-
win for Philadelphia.
The
I was
Patriots
gonna
are
say
probably
that,
the worst
Mark.
team in the NFL right now. They
Yes,
should be last.
I was gonna fucking say that. Like it's a minor thing, but at this point, the Patriots should be below the Panthers.
You could
Yeah.
make an argument for me for either one. Panthers are.
I
ass,
think
Chiefs are ass.
when the season's all said and done, I think the Patriots will have the first overall pick.
Maybe.
Tyler
I
Perry.
think the Panthers can win one more, and the
I
Eagles,
agree.
the Patriots will not.
Tell
think
Belichick.
that-
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know what
They
the
have a schedule right now.
Possible.
I don't know what the advantage would be. Like I don't know how you break the tie if you're both tied.
So it's
It physically
Strength
hurts
of
me to watch
schedule.
Patriot games. That's the tiebreaker.
strength of schedule is one of the.
Oh,
big-
then the Patriots will win hand over fist.
So let's see.
The Carolina Panthers have the NFC South. They are the worst division in sports, and they had to play the positive record
got
of the
6.
NFC East.
They,
So
they get
here
6
is-
NFC South games.
So here is the rest of the Panthers schedule right now.
Sure, go ahead.
They play the Saints this week.
No,
Loss.
Then they play the Falcons.
no.
Loss.
Then they play
Also-
the.
I forgot. Yeah.
You son of a bitch! Don't
Can't-
use
can't
that
say that.
term.
Oh,
We don't say the F word on the show.
sorry. They play the Heathens.
The pedo stash team.
They play FedEx, okay?
Yeah, they
Look.
play FedEx. Then they play the Packers.
They lost.
Mm.
Then they play the Jaguars.
No.
They might win.
Then they play the Panthers, and that's the. Then they play the Buccaneers. That's-
They play
gonna
the
say,
Panthers.
They
They get the
play
slot.
themselves. They play
A mirror
themselves, and
match.
that's how they get the win.
Also,
Okay.
Okay,
So who was the
so
last
before we go to
game?
pick,
Sorry, it was the Buccaneers.
Bucks.
The one other thing I have to say about this
Oh.
ranking is you're being a dick to the Bears. The Bears should be higher than that.
No,
A little bit, but they should.
No.
nah, fuck them.
They beat the 10th best team.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's right.
Vikings beat the first best team, so yeah.
That is true.
Okay.
Without Debo. Okay.
Without-
But I will say, isn't
We
it
didn't
so
have good-
sad? Isn't it so sad that the Mike Evans is like a sure first ballot Hall of Famer,
Oh yeah.
1,000 yards every season, and they won't extend him to keep him a Buck for the rest of his career? Like, that's so sad.
Shit.
I hope he go. I literally hope he goes and teams up with Mahomes next year.
God, wouldn't that be
Ugh.
amazing?
Like
His
people
first
like
2,000-yard season.
Oh.
that's one thing that I hate about the fucking NFL. Like people can like bleed, sweat, and have tears for you and be fucking great for like decades, and then you cannot give them the fucking benefit of having them like end their careers with your team because you're too fucking cheap and you want to give an extra $5 million to some bum that won't last 3 years for you in the
He
future.
literally said he doesn't want to play anywhere else. Like,
And then 5 years down the road, 8 years down the road, they were like, well, we're going to give him a 1-day contract so they can retire as a blah, 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 blah. Hey, man, you know what? Fuck you. I wouldn't come back for your fucking day off retirement. Like, you have to be, like, sucking that team's dick big time to do that shit. Like, I'm sorry. I love Frank Gore. He should have never gone anywhere except the 49ers. But he came back with that bullshit, and I'm like, dude, you have been sucking the Niners' dick for years. I get it. You didn't want to play in all those crappy-ass teams. I get that, too. But have some fucking dignity.
who is shocked that it still went to the 49ers? Who's shocked? Not me.
49ers. Back to this shit. Go. Okay, so Mark sucked this week for the first time, which is fucking great. And the shocking shit is that Scully is up his ass. He's up his ass. That's a 1.5 game difference.
I want to say
Yes.
that's on me, but okay.
This week might be something. And on the same note, Cody, I'm gonna get third. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
about
you
anything
will.
else.
I don't. Like, you guys have all claimed, like, you think I know what I'm fucking doing over here. I don't. I'm literally the old guy watering the lawn half the time. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. So this is the change. We will play out the rest of the season as it is. For the next season, we are deciding that we're going to not do individual picks anymore. We are going to do individual picks, but we're going to actually pick the entire lineup next year. I think that's just a better way so we can talk about all the games. But we'll start. Nazario still gets first pick. If you double or go opposite, you still have a shot. And then, the eliminator, I think everybody survived, even Scully that tried to fuck Coho.
The most Scully thing that could ever happen is he goes to fuck me and he can't do it.
You know what's hilarious, Coho? I
Whoa.
think you and I have
You don't put out easy?
on his record.
He didn't buy me dinner. He
Scully?
ain't getting it.
Scully trying to fuck Coho. Headline. All right. And then the games remaining, whatever the games are remaining, we will all make a pick on that, and it will count as a win or a loss, whatever we decide to do. So, Nazario, first pick.
Sunday Night Football. Eagles, Cowboys. Everybody thinks it's going to be the Cowboys. Guess what? That's not happening. Like, I don't know why you guys would think that. The Cowboys are
Have
still
you
the
seen the
Cowboys.
record at home?
The Cowboys are still the Cowboys, and they
Turf
still have
versus
Patrick.
grass. It's a real thing, apparently.
Dude. You think about the beating the Eagles just fucking took from the Niners. They are not gonna take that stick up their ass and just beat the shit out of the Cowboys with it.
Why is everybody putting things up asses?
There is no fucking way the Eagles go 2 games in a row losing. At least not to the fucking Cowboys. They're gonna play angry. And they're gonna fucking kick their ass. They're gonna do some fucking nonsense in the end, score some fucking points, and try to make it closer than it's gonna be. But it's gonna be at least 35 to 28.
You don't
So,
think that the
Eagles win.
Cowboys are going to play angry after the way they lost the last
No.
time to the Eagles?
No.
Listen,
I
it's
think
really
they're gonna-
interesting that you said that. There is a statistic out there that when the Cowboys play on grass fields, they are 2-8. When they play on turf, they are like ridiculous. So, yeah, they just their defense doesn't have enough grip on their. They don't know how to play with grass. They need to be able to dig in. Interesting enough. Okay, so my pick. Ravens are going to beat the Rams. 30-13. They've had a bye. They're coming back. They're probably just going to destroy, and it's at home. I don't care who your running back is. I don't care Nakua. I don't care Stafford. Stafford will probably have his other arm broken live on the field. So, Scully and friends.
So Bar, I'm going to steal your line. I'm between two. However,
wait, do you need to fake an internet connection so you can buy more time before a championship match?
Yeah, hold on.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? No, I think that we should go Texans over Jets.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
There's one other one that I would really want, but I don't want to say it in case Mark's about to.
I guarantee you, I know.
Oh, Mark's about to hit you with well, if this is still here, and I can almost pick Mark's first.
Hasn't been going good. Hasn't been going good.
I can pick this for a fact what Mark's picking first. What's the score for Texans versus Jets?
Oh God!
I would say
in unison.
Go ahead, Bart. You know, Bart, you say it. Bart, you say it. You get
Texans versus Jets. I'm gonna go 24-9.
Good answer. Good answer. No,
I think it's going to be lower than that, but I can get you. Mark, I know for a fact what he's picking. It's a 3:25 game, if that helps.
Oh, well. This is definitely not where I'm going with for the first one, I'll tell you that right
Okay.
now. Because the first one is going to be a Monday night game. And, they only beat bad teams and they're at home. So, give me those Dolphins over the Titans.
That was the one. That was the one.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty confident about that one, which means Will Levis is going to throw for 400 yards, probably, get 5 touchdowns,
Listen, this is my bit. You don't get to play my bit. You don't get to play my soundtrack.
We'll see. I don't know.
Number one in the fucking standings, and he's wanting us to cry for him. Come on.
Yeah, he got 10 losses on the season. I wish I had 10 losses. Yeah, I have double your losses.
I'm slowly bleeding out over here. It's, maybe like 35-10. Fucking tight.
I do love that Tyreek Hill on the side on the front. Hey, Sam Howell, throw some interceptions. Hey, you miss some kicks. Like when they're playing the Commanders, like, bitch, why don't you stop running so damn fast? Did you hear Michael Parsons also say about Tyreek Hill? He said, "Hell, I can be Tyreek Hill's quarterback. All I gotta do is throw it up in the air." He totally bashed to him bad. What's your next game?
Oh, is this? Huh.
This is a game?
There's another Monday night game.
Well, I'm going to pick both Monday night games, actually, so we're going to figure out if I'm fucked or not. Well, I was thinking about it anyway, Bar. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
beat Giants.
I feel like the Packers, there's a chance they get blinded by the DeVitos, but I think, the DeVitos come up short. The Fighting New York DeVitos will lose against the Packers. Probably like a not great game, or I don't know. We got surprised last Monday night game and fucking Browning showed up, whatever. Say 24-8. I don't know.
What was it?
24-8.
Yeah, no PATs, just all 2-point conversions. Make that bet right now.
4 safeties.
All right, Bar. So I know he left the one I want. The one I wanted is I think the Broncos are going to beat the Chargers.
That was the one I was going to propose as well.
Okay, I definitely think Broncos are going to beat the Chargers, and I think it's like
that's the one I thought.
10, I think it's like 10-3. I
went
think
back
it's
and
going to be
forth.
real low.
It was 5.
Yeah. So yeah.
What's the score?
We're going to go 10-3 final for the Broncos Chargers game.
Packers in New York were like 3 on my board, and like that was 5.
Okay, my pick. I'll see if I can curse them. 49ers. Over Seahawks. 28-10.
Good score.
I'm hoping I hope my curse works and the 49ers lose, but we'll see.
Okay, so I called this, and I do always put my money where my mouth is. The Buffalo Bills are rested. They're coming back, and they're going to take the Chiefs and ram it off their ass. So, 28-24.
Why do you always pick the worst games? Like, what?
Bills,
He just picks like the hardest games to this, so like the two like juggernauts
Those are like
of the
the
league.
2 games. Like I definitely didn't want to pick. They were 14 and 15. Like, what are you doing, Nazario?
hey, that's why I'm last. So, and the other one, the 49ers are winning. You can take that shit because you already took it. Who else is playing?
Patriots,
Lions.
Steelers, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers, Jaguars, Browns, Lions, Bears. Huh?
You know, I almost feel like taking the Lions, but I have a fucking sneaky feeling that the Bears are gonna beat them. So
It's
not
trap game.
sure about that.
Feels like a trap game. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It does, but we're all gonna have to. If it's still there, we're all still picking it. So
I think it
Don't.
is a trap game.
I mean, he feels almost beat.
It's in Soldier.
A couple weeks ago.
that doesn't matter.
It does.
It does.
The Lions in the cold. Jared Goff with his tiny hands in the cold. Get
Outside.
smaller.
If the
Outside.
Bears
They
do win.
they practice in Michigan. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
If the Bears
gold.
do win, next week, are we going to see Soldier? Are we going to see Scully next week? Bears win.
Okay.
You don't
so
think they have
this,
them practicing outside?
This game
They can try.
sucks. This game sucks, and it sucks hard.
Will you just pick it? Fuck.
It sucks very hard.
Oh.
But I don't think there's a way that the Patriots beat the Steelers. So I'm just gonna say that the Steelers beat the Patriots in a 15-12 match.
You think there's points? It still hits the under though.
I think it's an 0-0 tie.
There's no way.
15-12. I thought the Falcons Jets was going for a tie.
Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry. The pedophiles.
There you go.
Adolf Hitler. Okay.
Fucking yikes.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs times 2.
Oh, okay.
It's in Arrowhead. You couldn't win the close one. They're just ejected. I think Chris Jones just humps Josh Allen on the field. I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be lower scoring than we think. I think it's gonna be like 24-21.
Let's see who wants it more.
So either Nazario will pass me or I'm back at it.
The rest
Scully and Friends.
You have one you want to go with? Because I'm too nervous to pick another one right now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got my surefires.
I'm too nervous. Oh God! Get a Scully back. What is this pussy behavior?
You know what? You know what, Bard? Do we want to? If we both think it, do we want to take it? Do we want to take the Bears over the Lions? Do we want to go for it?
No, I don't. No, not
right,
enough.
all right.
I'm not confident in that enough.
I feel like it'll happen.
Scully's pick.
Yeah, Scully's pick.
See, you know, in my actual pick'em league, I picked the Lions, but
Oh, well,
I could
you're
totally
right.
see the Bears winning that
Fraud.
shit.
Fraud.
Put it on Coho.
Because I feel after having watched Monday night's game. The Bengals could easily beat the Colts, but I could also see the Colts easily beating the
That one's
the
too
Bengals.
close to me.
Same thing with
We're
Browns
gonna-
Jaguars. Okay, so either we pick the Bears to beat the Lions, or I personally think that the Buccaneers will beat the Graveyard.
I would say the Buccaneers to the Graveyard, but yeah, it's probably yeah. All right, I'll do it. I'll go with you. Buccaneers over the pedophiles. I'm with you.
Oh, a rematch. They lost to them originally this season, so
I'll say 17-10 Buccaneers over Arthur Smith.
Yeah, that seems low enough.
and Mark.
You know, I don't like any of this shit. So, you know what? If Scully catches up to me this week, fuck it. We're gonna go and take them boys for the ×2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. And score? We them boys. New York Cowboys fan.
Let's go 38-34.
Jesus Christ. I hope so. What a great game that would be. Okay, so the remaining games that we need to pick between everybody, we will not give scores. We will just go through. We'll alternate. Like if Nazario starts, he'll end it on the next one. The games we still need to pick are Panthers Saints, Colts Bengals, Lions Bears, Vikings Raiders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that selected?
No.
Yeah, no one took the Vikings.
Okay, so Coho, we're going to start with you. Panthers, Saints. Just who you think?
Saints.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah, Saints are at home. That should be. They should win that game. Anything can happen to me, but yeah, they should.
Nazario. Oh no, me. Sorry, I'll go. I'm going to go Saints as well. Nazario.
There's no way the Panthers are winning. Saints.
Okay. It will start with Nazario. Colts, Bengals.
Bengals. Jake Browning. Go, go, go.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. That may bite me in the ass. It's in Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Bengals. Mark.
They've been the most annoying team this year by far, which is why I think they're probably going to win this game. So, give me the Stripes.
Okay, Coho and Scully and friends.
I was gonna say Shane Steichen and the Colts are on a hot streak for me, so
They were my pick and my pick'ems. So
I go Colts.
Oh, only one to pick Colts.
Lone Wolf.
Now you get, huh?
Lone Wolf. Put the fucking hat and go, woo. And we do that shit.
Now you guys get to pick Bears, Lions.
I'm going Bears. I'm going Bears. I'm going Bears. Yeah, I'm going Bears.
Mark.
Like the trappiest of trap games, but I still think the Lions win this game. The Bears will find a way to lose. Snatching the old victory from the... snatching defeat.
Justin
Jaws
Fields
of
is playing
defeat.
for his life again. So
I'm going Lions.
That means the Lions lose.
Don't act like you've
Dumbass.
been a part of the show for everything.
A dumbass drug dealer will fly over the stadium and drop some cocaine, and those bears are gonna sniff it and destroy them Lions.
You are the Bears whisperer, to be honest with you. You do know when they're going to win or lose. Nazario, Vikings, Raiders.
Disgustingly, the Vikings are gonna beat the Raiders. Yes.
Oh, me.
Purple people eaters.
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think that defense swarms Josh Dobbs, and he couldn't complete pass against the Bears. I don't know how he'll do against the Raiders defense. Mark.
Yeah, if the Vikings don't win that game, their season is pretty much over. So let's say, yeah, that gets them to at least win against in Las
JJ's
Vegas.
back, and it's after a bye.
Does not matter. All right, I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to write it down.
Vikings.
We'll go with the Vikings, even though I personally think the Raiders do win this.
Bar's dead.
Okay.
Skull.
No, we're gonna combine pick the Vikings though. So.
Okay, good.
Everybody got to survive on the pick'em, the eliminator. So Nazario, you can't pick the Giants or Chargers. God. So who are you picking this week?
You see, the trick is when the shit teams are gonna be kind of a lock thing, you just fucking go with it, because then you don't have to fucking deal with them anymore.
Steelers.
No, which one I cannot use again?
Huh?
Can I use the Saints? I forgot.
Yes.
Okay. So where's my thing? Wait. Yeah. Boom! Saints.
Mark, you can't pick the Titans or Colts.
See, here's the thing. 2 weeks ago, I picked the Titans. And then last week, the Colts played the Titans. And I picked the Colts, and they won. And this week, the Bengals play the Colts, so I'm taking the Bengals.
The logic here is actually really sound.
Boom!
I fucking hate these logos. Go Pack, go. Packers.
Yeah.
Such a gross logo.
Yeah, that's not great.
You can't pick the Ravens or Packers, co-host. So who you got? This is
Good.
just co-host pick, technically. He can include you if you'd like.
I don't need. Sorry, I love you, Barbara. I'm not using your help. I'm taking the Houston Texans.
Okay. Oh, that's a show. Pay Jordan Love the money.
33 million tops.
40. You wish. You wish you could get a quarterback for 33 million. You'll know soon enough. That money for Purdy's coming very fast since he's around.
That's gonna be rough.
And his overpay for having Debo and Ayuk is about to fuck you in the ass. Anyways, that's a show. Again, we have something on the works that we will be streaming a game. We haven't decided. We will probably stream a playoff game for sure. But maybe before the end of the season, we do a regular season game, like a Monday night or a Thursday night, if it's a good game, or Sunday night. We'll talk about that. Not if everybody, just if some of us can get on it and do it. But we will see you all next week. I think next week is Tuesday.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Because the wind blows with Nazario, not that we get to make choices. So, you suck. I'm out. Bye.
Right.